We must shine light on the dark recesses of the internet and stop mass murders before they start.
After two mass shootings this weekend, President Trump is condemning acts of hatred and bigotry. More than 24 people killed in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio, have government officials pushing for gun reform all across the country.
CBS 4's Sandra Garcia spoke to local organizations about the president's comments on stricter background checks.
These kind of guns should not be in the hands of anybody.
The cities of El Paso and Dayton were the most recent victims of mass shootings this weekend.
This is a separation, and this is why this administration continue to be and is reinforcing this kind of behavior from people like these men who came and attacked and killed and take so many lives.
President Trump took to Twitter calling for gun reform, saying Republicans and Democrats must come together and get strong background checks, perhaps marrying this legislation with desperately needed immigration reform. Groups like Lupe feel it's another way government officials have politicized the Latino community after the El Paso shooter faces capital murder and hate crime charges.
We are not in a war zone. This is not a place for guns like that. But instead of talking about this, we mix it with immigration, and again, we become the target of things like this.
Some believe background checks before purchasing a firearm isn't the overall issue.
I think the system works pretty well currently.
But the president's comments on the shootings take aim at state and federal gun laws.
We must make sure that those judged to pose a grave risk to public safety do not have access to firearms, and that if they do, those firearms can be taken through rapid due process.
With many hoping the government takes a look at the big picture.
There's certainly lots of people that are not buying from gun stores that are avoiding the background check. They may want to look harder at that.
Reporting with complete Valley coverage, Sandra Garcia, CBS 4 Valley at 6.
Right now in the state of Texas, clearance to buy a gun after a background check can take as little as 15 minutes with a clean record.